Hi, I'm Hannah. Welcome to my channel. This is a reading recap of all of the books I read in March 2026. As a general reminder, I did restart my dissertation this month after passing my comprehensive exams or prelim exams. So I've been working on that, and I have a few other research projects going on right now. So I've had to do a lot more project-based reading, less for fun reading. However, I did squeeze out 4 books this month. So digging in, I am in the middle of the Carl Ahlberg series. This is Fall from Grace. This book looks small, but trigger warning for domestic violence, assault, violence against minors. There are many horrific things that happen in this book. She packed a lot into this tiny little guy. It is significant. It's also very well done. A lot of the violence is off screen. It is merely referenced. However, it's still a lot. So if you're not into mysteries that have kind of a darker twist, maybe skip this one. But as far as Carl Ahlberg books go, if this is how the series is heading, because I have the rest of the books now, if it's all heading this way, I'm really excited about it because this was a really well done mystery novel, and I don't feel like she pulled her punches, which I appreciate. I will say that this is also not one that has been made into the Hulu series yet. This is a different plot altogether. So if you're caught up on the Hulu series Murder in a Small Town, this is not going to be familiar to you. Highly recommend, for real. Jumping back into the world of historical fiction and magical realism, Weyward. Obviously, this had a huge presence or grip on Book Talk, or whatever the heck that's called. Bookstagram. I don't know these things. I'm detached from reality. I would say this was a pretty decent book. Would I say that I think that this is the greatest book to ever happen to magical realism or to historical fiction? No. It feels a bit derivative of Deborah Harkness. It feels a bit derivative of Physic Book of Deliverance Dane. It's not as unique as I expected it to be. That being said, though, I understand why people like it. I think it was a very well done book. It's just not something that I am probably ever going to read again. Moving into the third, I will admit that I read the Twisted series by this author. I thought the Twisted series was delightful for what it is. It's billionaire smut romance. Come on. I didn't love this as much. I don't know if I just found the characters to be less likable, or yeah, that's probably it. The Twisted series is tangential to this series, so some of those characters are popping back up into this book series, but I don't know that I would ever read the rest of this series. I don't know if maybe I'm just past billionaire romance. Maybe I'm past some smut. I don't know. I have a lot of smut left to read, so I hope I'm not past smut, but this just didn't do it for me. Gotta be honest with you. The 4th book that I read this month was An English Garden Murder. For someone who misses Oxford, this book takes place in the Cotswolds, which is right next to Oxfordshire, and I enjoyed it. The main character of this book is this older retired woman, very J.B. Fletcher-ish for Murder, She Wrote fans. I will say that her personality is a bit more biting than J.B. Fletcher. There was a lot of very peaceful neutrality to J.B. Fletcher's personality. Julia does not have such an affliction. She is very biting. She has a sense of humor. Some of those thoughts she keeps to herself, but we get them. But I will say I enjoyed this book a lot. I bought 2 more, probably, in the series because I wanted to find out what else happens to Julia in her little town of weirdos. I gotta be honest with you, it feels, as a mystery, very similar to this, but I will add that this doesn't have the same darkness to the murders. The murders happen, they're kind of off screen, and they're a little bit less grotesque. This is gonna make you put the book down a few times and go, whoa. This is cheerful. It's cozy-ish. It's not nearly as dark. Take it for what it is. I would definitely pick this as my favorite book of the month. 100%, hands down, no questions asked. Fans of Weyward will probably not understand why, and that's just because I wasn't as captured by Weyward as a lot of people are, and I understand it. It's just not my thing. I definitely want there to be a little bit more substance to it. So that's what I read in March. I feel a tad bit disappointed that I didn't read more for fun this month, because I normally read like 5+ books a month. So 4 feels a bit like I didn't try. But that being said, I do take into account that if you stack them together, it's quite substantive. Even though calling King of Wrath substantive seems like a stretch. I know that I'm working on my PhD again, and working on my dissertation, and that's going to take time and energy and effort, and that sometimes I just need my brain to shut off, and diving into a Pulitzer Prize winning novel is not going to always do it for me. Sometimes I'm going to have to take a beat. I hope I read more in April. I'm heading to LA, so I'm hoping I read some while I'm there, since I'm going to try to save money and not go do all the crazy LA expensive things, but we'll see. That's what I read in March. It was a light month, but I did try to diversify. I'll try to do that again next month, and I'll see you guys in a few weeks for another reading recap. I hope you have a great month, and happy reading.